All right, so in this lesson here, we're going to learn how to use the Shape Builder tool to create more complex shapes than what we can with just the rectangle tool or the ellipse tool. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to take these basic shapes that we've got here and end up creating more complex ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the ellipse tool. We're going to make some circles here real quick. There's one. I'm making perfect circles by holding Shift. And there we go. So I've got two circles now that are the same size. What I do need to do is turn off the fill on these though. So I've got two shapes. What we're going to end up doing here is creating the Apple logo. The next thing we want to do is get some of these other pieces up. We have to go ahead and create several other shapes for this to work. So notes up. We need to create a larger circle that goes here. You want that to touch. Another one up here. And one more that hangs out on the bottom that kind of looks like a bite mark out of the apple. So we've got these different shapes here, right? In order to make all of these come together to create one final piece, what we need to do is go ahead and select every piece. Once you get all the pieces selected, you've got a tool over here called the Shape Builder. If I hover over the top of these pieces, different pieces will light up. If I drag across, it will add the two pieces together. I'm dragging those. I've now started the base of my apple, but you got this piece here, this chunk. We want to get rid of that. You press the Alt key on the keyboard and drag through them. It will delete them from the selection. I add this piece to it. I want to get rid of that, get rid of this piece. Now I've got a really ugly apple. If I right click on it, let's ungroup this real quick. I've got it selected. We need to shrink our apple up, make it look more like an apple actually. Take this, rotate the top piece now. So in the end, we started off with 5 circles, and now we have created the Macintosh Apple symbol. Very fun stuff. You could also do this with like interlocking rings if you wanted to make rings that were connected together. We can both get larger strokes so we can see everything. Like over here, and make copies of them. I've got 3 rings now. You want them to be different colors. And green. So the question is, how do you get these to interlock with one another? Well, what we could do is we could, after we get these made, what we need to do is expand these. So we can go to Object, push Expand, and notice what's going to happen here. You've got fill and stroke. I click OK. Now, these are no longer strokes. They're just solid objects. So if I take my selection tool, or my Shape Builder tool, all the pieces are selected. I want to take this and go to there. What I can do now is I come back, I can select this piece with black, and it'll sit on top there. So now it looks like it's interlocked with that. Same thing, let's select these two here, make sure that we got our green color. Oops, undo, get our Shape Builder tool up. We want to lock the top piece in. I want to take this one and the red to there. I made it green. All you have to do is come back, select it, and switch the fill color to red. And now what we've created is interlocking rings that are locked together. This is a little basic piece on the Shape Builder tool. It's really not that hard of a tool to use, but it does help you build more complex shapes.